Morris Costumes 2025 animatronic demos have arrived. Let's take a look. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and welcome to a very much anticipated video because the date is January 13th, 2025, which means that the Halloween Party Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada has officially opened up. And you know what that means? Morris Costumes. Every year, the Halloween Party Expo is a very much looked forward to event because it is the very first time that Morris Costumes shows off their brand new animatronics in person, fully set up in all of their glory. And today, on January 13th, HPE officially opened up, and of course, Morris Costumes has their booth fully set up with some of their brand new for 2025 animatronics. And lucky for us, we have some brand new videos coming to us online showing us the booth, and more importantly, giving us our first in-action, high-quality looks at these brand new animatronics. Before we jump into this, I do want to give full credit to the two providers for all of the content that you will be seeing in this video from the show, because obviously I am not at the Halloween Party Expo, so I do want to give full credit to Lord Grimley's Manor for all of the vertical video and photos that you will be seeing in this video. Full credit to Lord Grimley's Manor, and the other provider is LMJ Halloween on YouTube, so full credit goes to both LMJ Halloween and Lord Grimley's Manor. I can't thank them both enough for providing us with this content and allowing us to see the Morris Costumes booth. So again, full credit goes out to both of them. So without any further ado, let's talk about Morris Costumes 2025. So as usual, the booth looks pretty packed. They always do an amazing job at the Party Expo of making a really large booth that is just jam-packed with brand new Halloween items for the upcoming season, obviously this year for the 2025 season. And I do want to point out right now in the beginning of the video that unfortunately it does seem like Morris Costumes left out some of their new animatronics, because obviously a couple of weeks ago we did get all of the leaked stock photos, or the revealed stock photos I should say, of the lineup, and I did a video about that again a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, from both of these videos, it does seem like they only have a few of the new animatronics displayed at the Party Expo booth, which is something we've seen over the last couple of years, where Morris Costumes decides to save some of the items for Trans World later in the year in St. Louis. And it looks like they are doing that once again, because you will notice that a lot of the new items that we saw in the stock photos aren't actually set up at the booth in Las Vegas. We won't let that stop us, however. Of course, we are going to take a look at the animatronics that are actually featured in the booth. And first up, let's take a look at possibly the one that is most talked about as of the current moment, and that is Snippers the Clown. Now, like I just said, we did see this guy's stock photo a couple of weeks ago, but this is the very first time that we are actually seeing him in action in a demo, and seeing him kind of in like high quality and everything like that. So Snippers the Clown, obviously a very SVI looking clown, and we can assume that he is manufactured by Seasonal Visions, as he looks very much identical to an SVI clown animatronic. Obviously SVI the manufacturer. He's very colorful. His whole color scheme revolves around yellow and purple, with having lime green hair, lime green pom-poms, and then the same color for his shoes. And if you know me well, you know that I always love green on animatronics, specifically clowns. So I do really enjoy the green little touches that we're seeing with Snippers. I will say right now, I don't think he's the greatest animatronic of all time. I definitely don't think that he's like a superb clown animatronic. However, I do enjoy him. I think he's a cool looking one. The concept is interesting. We do know that he's very similar to the groundskeeper, who did unfortunately end up getting canceled by Morris Costumes in the past, and now they're kind of getting that idea, or kind of bringing the idea back, but as a clown in the form of Snippers here. And again, the concept is interesting. Again, I don't think it's like the greatest greatest clown idea we've ever seen. It's very simple. It's a clown with comically large scissors, with a very colorful outfit. Obviously, if you don't like SVI clowns, or clowns in general, you're probably not going to like this animatronic. But for me, I think he's cool. I really enjoy the spirals that he has in his eyes. I think they're a very nice touch. And obviously, we couldn't see that in the stock photo, but we are seeing that now. He has some mouth movement. He actually turns from side to side, which I didn't expect. And then he actually, of course, does have the snipping animation of the scissors, which I was expecting. So again, interesting to see him in action. We can't really hear his audio that well in either of these videos, just because the show is very, very loud, and it kind of gets like tuned out by other animatronics going on in the background. However, it does sound like, from what we can hear, that he has a very similar voice to other SVI clown animatronics, which is expected, with him being an SVI clown animatronic. But here he is, Snippers the Clown, our very first look at him, which is very exciting to see. If you can see his price tag, honestly, I cannot. Just keep in mind that with all of these animatronics in the video at the Morris booth, that the prices are indeed wholesale prices, and when they come to retail, they're normally about double that, or even a little bit more than double, once they do hit the retail market. So all of these prices are just the wholesale tags, but nonetheless, that is our very first look at Snippers the Clown. Next up, we have a very interesting pair of animatronics, and this is the Apocalypse Twins. Again, another one that we did see a couple of weeks ago, with the stock photos, and I'm not gonna lie, I am personally not a fan of this one, or these ones, whatever you want to say. I appreciate the concept. Like I said in my last video about Morris costumes, they are incredibly different, and I like the idea of kind of a post-apocalyptic slash Fallout style animatronic, but honestly, I don't love the animation they have. Both their heads kind of move a little bit, and then their arms move. I don't really love that they're holding a teddy bear between them, because not being able to see their arms in the middle almost makes them look like this weird, like, conglomerate animatronic, instead of looking like two twins standing next to each other. Honestly, I kind of wish they just cut the teddy bear completely and just made them two pair animatronics that were simply standing next to each other. I also kind of wish their faces were, like, darker and more, like, decrepit looking instead of a very pale color, like we're seeing here. They have red LED eyes. Again, we can't really hear their audio because the videos are both very loud with other animatronics going on. But again, I appreciate the idea, I appreciate the concept, but nonetheless, those are the Apocalypse Twins. And again, that $130 price tag that you are seeing on them is wholesale, so double it, and maybe even a little bit more is what you can expect for retail, which is definitely a lot to ask for. You do the math. That's a lot to ask for the Apocalypse Twins, in my personal opinion. But nonetheless, there they are, an interesting pair of animatronics from Morris Costumes for 2025. The final big deal animatronic that Morris has set up at the Party Expo booth is probably, as of right now, the one that I'm actually most excited about for Morris 2025, which I did not expect to be saying, but after seeing this demo of her, I'm actually a very big fan of this one. And of course, this is the vertebrae zombie couple. Such a cool prop. Honestly, I really liked it when we saw the stock photos, but I like it a lot more seeing them, her, again, whatever you want to say, now in these videos. I think this animatronic looks awesome. Of course, manufactured by SVI Seasonal Visions. The whole idea with this one is like a zombie old skeletal couple, but the wife is actually holding the husband's head, and then the vertebrae is actually sticking out of the skull. And very, very cool. I love that the vertebrae actually like moves and rides around. It is such a wicked, gruesome effect. I love the look of it. It's painted in this very gory way, and then it actually moves around and twitches and everything like that. Very creepy for that vertebrae part of it. I think it looks great. And then something that I was very surprised about when I saw this demo is that the head of the husband actually has digital eyes, which I think is a great touch. The main wife looks like she just has regular LED yellow eyes, but then the husband actually has some LCD digital panels, which I think is great. And I also really, really love that the husband's head actually has a fully functional moving mouth. They could have very easily skipped over that and just given us a static head that talks. So I love the fact that SVI and Morris did put in a moving mouth for that husband's head. I think it looks great, and I just really, really enjoy the look of the wife herself. She looks super old and creepy and decrepit. I love the look of her. I think the yellow LED eyes actually suit her very well. But again, she looks also super creepy when the eyes are turned off. So honestly, I think it looks great either way. I could definitely see you unplugging the wife's eyes just to keep them as that gray deadish color, because that would look really cool as well. But overall, I think this one looks awesome. Probably, again, like I said, as of right now, the one I am most looking forward to seeing at Transworld, and to see just more information about, because the vertebrae zombie couple is kind of scary, in a good way, because obviously recently the retail market has kind of gone down in scariness and gone up in terms of family-friendly animatronics, or more child-friendly. So I love the vertebrae zombie couple, because they do have some gore, they have some blood in there, and I just love the creepiness that the vertebrae itself actually like rides around. Very, very cool effect, and like I said, this one looks super, super awesome so far. So Morris and SVI, I commend you and applaud you for putting together the vertebrae zombie couple. Unfortunately, it does seem like those are all of the main big deal animatronics that Morris is showing off at the Party Expo, but there are some other things in the booth that I actually thought were interesting, that, believe it or not, are manufactured by Sunstar. But I'm not gonna lie, I actually think Sunstar has been improving over the last couple of years, and what they have at Morris this year doesn't seem bad, honestly. The first thing I wanted to just point out quickly is that they have a brand new clown that is holding a baseball bat. Now, obviously, it's not the greatest prop of all time. I know that. It definitely isn't fantastic, but for a Sunstar prop, it does not look bad at all, and I love the fact that he actually does have a real body that seems like built and not just like a stick, like a lot of Sunstar props are. So honestly, don't mind him. I love the look of it, with the gray and red color scheme, and for a Sunstar prop, again, it's definitely not bad. And then the other one that really caught my eye was this towering scarecrow, because it looks like he actually like rises up during his animation. He's got a cool looking face. Honestly, I don't mind this one either. The last thing that I wanted to point out from the Morris booth is that they do actually have the brand new static mummy setup, and honestly, it looks great. I really enjoy the look of it. The sculpt looks awesome. I love the lighting effects that it has. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they have the new mummy groundbreaker setup, which is the item that I'm like super excited about for Morris this year, and I was hoping that they would have it at the booth so that I could see it in some videos and photos, but it seems like it's not there. So something to look forward to at Transworld, hopefully. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. All of the animatronics that are being shown at the Morris Costumes booth at the 2025 Halloween Party Expo. Once again, I want to give full credit to both Lord Grimley's Manor and LMJ Halloween for providing us with this content and allowing us to be at the Party Expo without actually being at the Party Expo, because without them, I would not have been able to make this video, and we wouldn't have been able to see the Morris Costumes booth and all of the product that they are displaying. Obviously, it's a little bit disappointing that they don't have all the animatronics at the booth this year, but I guess it just gives us more to look forward to at Transworld later on in the year. I'm still very excited that we got to see Snippers the Clown and, of course, that vertebrae zombie couple, because that looks to be an awesome animatronic, and I simply cannot wait to see the rest of the Morris Costumes 2025 animatronic lineup. But I guess, remember, as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll see you guys later for more Morris Costumes 2025 videos. Goodbye.